I'm Earl Stewart. I welcome you to Earl Stewart on Cars Mystery Shopping Report. Okay, here's the report. It was in Georgia, and we love it when we can compare other markets. We know South Florida is the worst of the worst of the worst, so we're comparing apples and oranges oftentimes. So good to get out of state. Here's a report. I'll be speaking in the first person as if I were Agent Lightning. I arrived at Chatham Parkway Toyota in Savannah, Georgia, and was greeted by a friendly customer service lady who asked if I was looking for a particular salesperson. No, this is my first time here. And she called out to a salesman named Chevy. I find that kind of humorous. A salesperson named Chevy in a Toyota dealership. But he gets a lot of kidding for that. And asked if he was available. Chevy came over to shake my hand, politely asked me if I wanted a refreshment while he found someone to help me. They had a soda fountain machine, coffee, and snacks, and that was a nice touch. A few minutes later, a salesman named Thaddeus Hines introduced himself and asked what brought me in. I saw you have a few hybrid Highlanders in stock, and I'd like to check them out, I said. We have one available. Now, I'll pause here briefly. The auto manufacturers, I know Toyota for a fact, being a Toyota dealer, they control the websites of their dealers. And they, unfortunately, put on the dealer's website the car being in inventory when it's not. And I don't know why they do that. I've argued directly with Toyota about that, and they gave me one of these, well, that's just our policy. You know, I love that, don't you? And when someone's doing something wrong, they say, well, that's the way we do it. If you say a dealer has a car, the car should be on the ground. It shouldn't be on a truck somewhere between the manufacturer and the dealer, because customers will come into your dealership and ask to see the car, and it's on the truck 200 miles away. If you're lucky, it might still be in the plant. So here, Agent Lightning came in and saw several Highlanders stock and found out, fortunately, they did have one. Okay, back to the shopping report. Let me grab the keys and we could take it for a spin, he said, Thaddeus. Since it was raining outside, Thaddeus offered me an umbrella. Nice touch. You got to love the Southern hospitality. When we approached the car, I took note of the window sticker and their addendum, the infamous addendum. The actual MSRP was $44,701. The addendum listed, love this stuff, market adjustment, $3,500. Market adjustment. Don't you love it? Nitrogen. $250.
Oh, boy.
Nitrogen. Window tint. Oh, God, they really went all the way on this, too. $495 for a window tint. Screen shield. $295. I found out later what that is. $295 is absurd. And of course, you add all that up, and it spells mother. No, it spells $49,241 instead of $44,701. During a test drive, Thaddeus showed me all the features of the car, including the screen shield on the computer screen that they installed for an extra $295 for a little plastic thing they put up. After we returned to the dealership, Thaddeus asked for my license and contact information. Could I ask if you own your own home and how long you've lived there, he asked. I interrupted him to say that I didn't want to run my credit up just yet because I wasn't thrilled about the huge market adjustment on the sticker. Most dealerships, if not all in this area, are still doing market adjustments, Thaddeus explained. Thaddeus says, well, all the other dealers are screwing the customers, so we screw the customers too. I also shared that I thought it was a total ripoff to charge $250 for nitrogen, which is essentially just air in the tires. And if you remember how your high school chemistry, you probably know that air is 78% nitrogen. So they're charging you $250 to put air in your tires. He said he'd speak to the manager to see what he could do about the additional options. So the game begins, right? Oh, the mean manager is doing this, but I'm on your side. I'll go to the manager and I'll be your advocate and I'll fight for you to get a lower price. That's the game. That's the car buying game. And you wonder why the manufacturers want to sell cars directly, like Tesla. Thaddeus excused himself, returned about 10 minutes later with a worksheet, the infamous worksheet. The worksheet is, as you may or may not know, exists because it's not a legal document. So you can play games on a worksheet. It's not a legal document. And in the defense of the dealer, if you hire a lawyer, says, well, that's not the buyer's order. That's just a worksheet. That's just a negotiation. So we didn't say they had to pay this. This is just a worksheet. So that's the interim thing. You'll rarely get a copy of the real buyer's order because it is a legal document. If you're lucky, you'll get a copy of the worksheet. I was able to have my manager remove the adjustment completely, he said. He presented me with a worksheet. The MSRP is still $44,701. Selling price, they say, is $44,701, but it's not really the selling price. See? And below that, they add process dock fee. That's their name for their hidden fee. I say it's hidden because they're still saying the selling price is $44,701. It's not, because this is profit, $869.50. That's added to the $44,701. So why do they call it the selling price? Because they're lying to you. Then they add to the selling price the luminar film, another $295, the window tint, another $495, the nitrogen, another $250. Now, he just said his manager was going to take away the increase. The only thing he took away was the market adjustment. Then he added it back in on the worksheet. Bottom line, $869 plus $295 plus $495 plus $250 added to the advertised price, $44,701. Thaddeus explained that the processing and dock fee, which was $869.50, included the dealer fee, registration, and plates. Now that's just not true. It's just not true. He charged the sales tax on the whole amount. He did not separate it out. And if you look at the worksheet, you can see total sales price, and you can see that the sales tax was added there. While I was walking away, the sales manager ran over and asked if I had any questions. My only question was, is this your absolute best price? He replied that it was, that's rare. Usually they'll say, shop it around. If you could do it better, bring it back, we'll beat it. But he said, no, that's it. He'd removed the market adjustment, but the other options had already been installed on the vehicle. I said I have to check with my husband before making a decision, and I would get back to him. So there we are, Chatham, near Savannah, Georgia. And we have to grade this dealership on their relative selling ethics and honesty.
For me, I'm actually going to go with a C minus.
Okay, Nancy?
Okay, Chatham Parkway Toyota, you get an F from me.
Okay, I'm going to give them a C minus. The average dealer was probably just a little bit better, but not much better. So a C minus instead of a C. I think it would have been a lot more honest to keep the addendum and just say, I'm raising the price of the car X dollars because of supply and demand. When you start putting fees in that aren't fees and false charges, things that are just not real, then you're getting deceptive. But if you look somebody in the eye and say, I'm going to charge you $2,000 more for this car because I can, because it's high demand, low supply, I might not like it, but I would still respect the fact that you have the right as a business person to do it. By trying to trick me to think that this fee is legitimate to get the money, I'd rather have the addendum.
Absolutely.
And no excuse. So that's the reason I gave you a C minus. Hi, this is Earl Stewart. Thank you for watching this video. If you would like to be notified of new videos that we post to our YouTube channel, simply click on the subscribe button and the bell icon in the lower right-hand side of the screen.